in this video we are going to discuss about hardware and software. If computer is concerned, definitely we must know about hardware and software. As you know well, computer is an electronic device. It accepts the data and perform the operations and displaying the results. Okay, so for that, to perform this task, we need both hardware as well as software. So computer means it is the combination of hardware and software resources. So altogether it performs the task which is given to the computer. Right. So now what is hardware? Whatever the physical component of the computer, that is called hardware. That means, suppose if you computer in the sense what you can remember, that means keyboard will be there and a monitor, and inside we will have the memory devices and then CPU. So if you imagine a computer, means immediately you will get this kind of components, right? So that is called the hardware. The physical component of the computer is called hardware. Then what about software? Software means by using set of programs, by using set of instructions only, we can use these devices to perform the task. Okay, so that the programs what we are writing to use the hardware resources to function properly, that is called the software. So now I have given the basic idea for hardware and software. Let us discuss in detail in this video. So now this diagram will help you to understand what is this. Actually this is the user. So user is going to perform certain task in the computer, means both hardware as well as software is important. So through hardware only he will give the inputs to the computer, and that process can be done by the software. So this is what you have to understand about hardware and software. Now you see the components of the computer is divided into computer hardware and then computer software. The hardware means we have input devices, output devices, storage devices and the internal component inside the computer. So these are all called computer hardware. And then computer software means system software and then application software. So let us discuss one by one. So computer hardware, already I said it is the physical component. Okay, and we can, that means the user can see it, touch it, even we can feel this is the monitor, this is the keyboard, like that. So that is the physically we can able to see and touch, that is called computer hardware. Whatever the instructions we are giving to the computer, that can be performed by the hardware components. So in short, we can remember the computer hardware is nothing but physical part of a computer. Next, so already I said in hardware we have input device, output device, storage device, disk drives, cables and other devices. So now I will show these things with photographs so that you can understand clearly. Now input devices. So the first one is input devices. What is the input devices? Input devices are the physical components of the computer. Okay, by using this component only we can give the data to the computer. So the user will give the information to the computer by using this physical component. So that are called input devices. So here I shown certain examples. So this is keyboard, numeric keypad, that is in ATM machine we are using this, right? So through that we are giving our instructions to the ATM. And then this is the mouse, remote control, joystick, touch screen, scanner, graphics tablet, microphone, digital camera, webcams, light pens. So through this we are giving instructions to the computer. So these are all called input devices. Next, the second one is output devices. What is output devices? Once the process is done, we are going to see the output. So through which device we are going to see the output, that are called the output devices. So now here we can, that means result will be displayed on the monitor, and then laser printer. It is different types of printers. So through which we are going to get the outputs. So this is dot mat, different types of printers I mentioned over here. Even speaker also. Suppose if I am giving the instruction to play certain songs, so the speaker will give the output for me. And then plotter, this is also big size printer only. And the multimedia projector, if you want to project anything on the screen, then we are using the projectors. So that is also giving the output. So these are all the output devices. Next we are going to discuss about storage devices. through certain devices we can store the information inside the computer. Okay, so what are the devices we are having now? Hard disk, it should be inside the computer, and then RAM, that is a random access memory, ROM, read only memory, CD or DVD, floppy disk, memory card, pen drive, tape. So by using this we can save the information for future use. Whenever we need, we can retrieve the information from this devices. So these are all the storage devices. Next one is disk drives. That means if you want to insert the disk, that means either floppy disk or CD, that is compact disk, we need certain drives. So we need a certain platform to keep inside the computer. So that is called the disk drives. Okay, by using the drives we can insert the floppy or CD. These are all called disk drives. And the next, computer cables, different types of cables we will use to connect the input with the system, or to get the output from the system. So these are all the different types of cables I just shown to you for the reference. Next one is other devices. In the other device, mainly CPU, central processing unit. This is one example I have shown, front and back photo of this. Okay, Intel 4th generation processing unit, and inside the computer it will be inserted like this in the motherboard. Next one is motherboard. So see here, this is the transistors, different types of transistor, integrated chips, like that, all will be connected in the motherboard to perform all the task whatever we are giving to the computer. Next one is cooling fan. If the computer is working for a long time, it should be cooled, so that provision also given inside the computer. So by using this fan we can cool the computer always. So these are all the things comes under the hardware, the physical part of the computer, right? So now we completed the hardware part, right? Next we are going to discuss about computer software. Computer software, as I said earlier, software is nothing but set of instructions or programs to tell the computer what to be performed, what kind of work the computer has to do, that can be given by using the software. So this we cannot see or feel. It is the set of programs, it will perform specific task. Okay, so the main types of software are system software and application software. Okay, there are two types of the software. One is system software and another one is application software. First, let me explain about the application software, because from the name itself we can understand application software, the software which is used for the certain application. Suppose the user, if the user wants to write a letter, okay, he wants to write certain document, he has to prepare certain document, means generally what we will use, Microsoft Word we will use. If you want to perform any calculation, anything else, in the sense we will use the Excel. Okay, and then if you want to prepare the PPT presentation, we will use Microsoft PowerPoint. And then if I want to listen the music, I can use a VLC media player. In that way, whichever the application, accordingly some software will be used. That kind of software is called application software. Okay, that is certain tools which will perform only the specific task. For example, by using Excel I cannot do other kind of works. That means if I want to prepare a PPT, I cannot use the Excel sheet. So based on the specific task, different types of applications, that means different types of softwares can be used. Okay, here also I have given certain softwares, that is spreadsheet, presentation, database management, internet browsers, email programs, like that. Okay, so these are all application software. Next one is system software. Now we are going to discuss about it. Actually, system software, in the sense, this is what very much important. It connects, actually hardware means device is there, and then application, this is the user, he is going to use that certain task, okay, by using the application software. But the hardware and the application software can be connected by the system software. Okay, it will act interface between the hardware and the application software. It will give the platform to perform, that means to connect the hardware and the application software. It is the interface between hardware, application software. then it is used by the user automatically. Okay, what is the main function of the system software? This is allocating system resources. Okay, that means managing storage space for particular usage of for particular task, how much space should be allotted, and where it should be saved, and how we are get that information later, and providing security. These are the main functions of the system software. And what are the types of system software we are having? Actually, operating system, device driver, utility software, programming software, we have different types. So let us see just the operating system and the device driver, and then utility software, that is the types of the system software. Okay, so operating software means, already I said, it is the main part of the system software, and without this the computer will not function. Okay, that is what very important. So if you are switching on the computer, means the computer should switched on, and then it has to show the desktop. That means it is because of the operating system only. So without operating system, no computers will work. So that we have to remember. So what are the main functions of the operating system? Booting the computer, that's what I said. Booting means that means switching on the computer, and then it manages the resources. What is the resources? Central processing unit, memory, storage devices, printer, all will be handled by the operating system. It manages the files, handling input and output, executing and providing services for application software. Everything can be done by the operating system. So now, what are the examples of operating system? Microsoft Windows, that is Apple iOS, and Android OS. OS is nothing but operating system. Mac OS, Linux, etc. So these are all the examples for operating system. Next, we are going to discuss about device driver. What is device driver? From the name only we can understand. So the device can be driven. Okay, now we have connected a lot of devices with the computer. For example, keyboard, mouse, speaker, everything. So, even the printer, everything. So that device can be driven by this device driver. So what is the main purpose of that? It acts as the translator between hardware device and the operating system. Okay, so based on the application, it has to, which device has to be taken part in that process. That can be done by the device driver, and it will communicate to the device. Okay, so now if you are switching on the speaker, that means I want to hear the song, means the speaker has to activated. So if I want to take the printout, means printer has to be activated. So that kind of task can be taken by the device driver. Okay, examples for device driver are printer driver, display driver. For each equipment we will have the driver: USB driver, sound card driver, motherboard driver, ROM driver, etc. Next, the last one is utility software. What is utility software? That is the type of software which helps to set up, analyze, configure, strengthen, maintain a computer. This is very important, and perform the specific task. Okay, for example, antivirus software. Okay, so if any virus is attacking that computer, means it should be taken care by the antivirus. And the backup software. So suppose if you are that means any repair in the mobile, if you want to change that, mean it should be restart, means then we have to take the backup, all the information to be stored in certain places. That is called a backup. And a memory tester, even screensaver, this kind of task can be taken care by the utility software. Okay, so in this video we have discussed clearly about what is hardware and what are all the devices in that, input, output, everything, and what is the software, what are the types of the softwares, everything we have discussed. Please go through that. If you have any doubt regarding this, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you everyone.